Great, thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Hi, everybody. My name's Sarah. I'm from Fertility Network Scotland, and Tatiana has invited me to speak this evening about your future fertility. So thank you so much for the invitation. So I work for Fertility Network Scotland, and I am one of the educational development officers. And my main job is teaching young people about how to protect their future fertility. And I usually do this at fresher events, but of course, we've not been able to do them this year because of COVID. So instead, we have been sharing this information online with lots of different organisations and hopefully still managing to raise awareness for young people about how to protect their future fertility. So I've got a picture here of different celebrities. So they've all got one thing in common, and that is they've all had to seek fertility treatment in order to have a family of their own. So the most common reasons for IVF treatment are male infertility, which is at 37%, unexplained infertility. Unfortunately, infertility is a disease, and when people are referred from their GP to clinics for further tests at hospitals, unfortunately, there's not conclusive tests yet to able to tell people why they're not able to have their own children. Some people also have ovulation disorders. There's tubal disease and there's endometriosis as well. So who are we? Well, Fertility Network, we are the national charity and we offer free advice, support, information and understanding for those affected by fertility issues. In order to do that, we basically help anyone who's considering their future fertility, who's trying to become parents, who's facing the challenges of childlessness, or who's also been successful after fertility issues. So we offer lots of different types of support to everyone. So the reason why we do it is that, well, actually 1 in 6 couples seek specialist help in order to conceive. Infertility is a disease of the reproductive system and it is defined as such by the World Health Organization. So since 1991, there's been 300,000 children that have been born in the UK from licensed fertility treatment. And difficulty conceiving is actually the second most common reason that women of childbearing age go to visit their GP. So my message to students is, or our message to students is rather, that although you may currently feel that starting a family, it's not something that you want to do just now, it's still years away, it's important that you're aware of the lifestyle factors that may have an impact on your future and why this is important. So making sure that you're fit and healthy, it'll not only help you to protect your future fertility for the future, but it'll also improve your happiness and well-being now. So what advice could I give to anyone wishing to protect their future fertility? Well, there's a number of lifestyle factors, and we talk about 8 lifestyle factors that young people can protect for the future. So those are STIs, smoking, excessive alcohol or binge drinking, eating disorders, taking anabolic steroids, taking recreational drugs, weight, and age. All these lifestyle factors are very important. So this is the leaflet that we usually hand out during freshers that we give to our students. So STIs, sexually transmitted infections, they can have a lasting impact on your chances of having a family in the future. So chlamydia, it remains the most frequently diagnosed STI in Scotland, with, in 2018, there were 16,338 people that were diagnosed with chlamydia, and this is a 4% increase compared to the previous year in 2017. Now, this STI predominates in women mainly. They have over half of the diagnoses, and also in young people, 66% of all those diagnoses were people that were aged less than 25. Now, with chlamydia, it will have a long-term impact on your fertility because it can damage the fallopian tubes. And gonorrhea also, chlamydia and gonorrhea can lead to pelvic inflammatory disease, and this is a major cause of infertility. Smoking is also known to be detrimental to fertility. So women who smoke, for example, are twice as likely to have fertility problems as those who don't. They also tend to have a shorter reproductive life, and they tend to have an earlier menopause. Excess or binge drinking can make it harder to conceive for both men and women, and this affects the sperm production. Eating disorders can also lead to fertility problems. So women who are anorexic often find that their periods stop, and this can have a lasting impact. Even if a woman is able to maintain a normal weight in the future, bulimia is linked with polycystic ovary syndrome, and that's a condition that affects the way the women's ovaries work. So anabolic steroids, they're becoming more popular, and sometimes people take them to improve their performance in sports and to boost their muscle, but this can also lead to serious fertility problems. It can lead to the testicles to shut down completely, and the effects are not always reversible. Recreational drugs. So even those which you may think are not really harmful, like cannabis, it can have an impact on male and female fertility. Weight problems can affect your fertility. So obesity is linked to ovulation problems for women and lower sperm counts for men. Being underweight is not good for your fertility either. So women need body fat to produce eggs normally. Your age is a key factor in your fertility. So both male and female fertility decline with age, but for women, this is especially true. So from the age of 28, a woman's fertility starts to decline. And from the age of 35, her fertility goes into a fairly sharp decline. And at 42, it's very difficult to get pregnant from that age onwards. And so fertility treatment, it can't reverse the biological clock, and it is even less effective in older women. And I have to say that when I do freshers events, the factor of age and having children is a huge shock to most people that we speak with. So if you've got any questions about the project and the information that I've provided, we've got lots of contact details here. Please go onto our Facebook page, our Twitter account. We've also got a Fertility Network magazine, and of course we've got our website as well. Please like us on Facebook. We don't have many likes on there, so it's something that we're trying to increase. I've also provided some extra further sources of information because some of these questions are quite common that I have at freshers. So quite a lot of young people, for example, they speak to me about issues with endometriosis and also PCOS as well, which is polycystic ovary syndrome. So I've put the contact details there for that. So for example, with polycystic ovary syndrome, you can have irregular periods or no periods at all. It can be difficult to get pregnant. There's weight gain. So you should talk to your GP if you've got any of these symptoms and you think that you may have it. Polycystic ovary syndrome cannot be cured, but the symptoms can be managed. And with endometriosis, the main symptoms for this are pain in your lower back or tummy, usually worsening with your period. Also period pain that stops you doing your normal activities, or pain or after during or after sex, pain when going to the toilet, also feeling sick, having constipation or diarrhea or blood in your urine during your period, or difficulty getting pregnant. And you may also have heavy periods. So endometriosis does not necessarily cause infertility, but there is an association with fertility problems. And although the cause is not fully established, even with severe endometriosis, natural conception is still possible. And I've taken that information from the endometriosis website directly. Also, in regards to STIs, you can actually get tested for free, and it can be completely confidential. You don't have to use your own name and details. If you feel that you do have an STI, then please contact the number there at Tayside. The clinic is still open, it's just by appointments only. Another useful resource is Health Unlocked, and this is basically the social network for health, and that's the website there. A lot of people go onto Health Unlocked because they may have a long-term health condition, or they may have just queries about their health in general. If you go on there, there's lots of really good, useful information, and a lot of the leading charities are on there, such as Fertility Network Scotland, Endometriosis, and Verity as well. They're all on there too. As a charity, we're always looking for volunteers, and we certainly do need some voluntary student ambassadors. So if this is something that you're interested in, and you would also like to help in educating young people, preventing infertility for the future generation, then please get in touch. You can go onto our website. There's contact details there. Also, if you've got any questions at all, just contact us on our website. That's my email address there, sarah@fertilitynetworkscotland.org, or you can message me on Facebook as well.